Okay, so thank you so much for being on Lifetime Podcast. I appreciate it. I think we've been following each other for quite a while on WordPress. So it's
Yeah,
nice to talk face to face.
yeah.
Um, do you want to start by introducing yourself?
Oh yeah. So my name is Joshua Pregbaha. I write under the name Acute Weirdo. Yeah, so that's me.
And do you want to tell us a little bit about your blog and what you write about?
Oh yeah, sure. So I write about, as the name implies, the name of the blog is Overflowing Thoughts, and yeah, so I have thoughts that I think are really funny or that make me laugh. So I felt that a few of them I should share. I should share. So that's why I created. That's what the blog is about. And then also I because I write short stories and creative writing in general. Little fiction here and there. So I post some of them. I post some of them on the blog too.
Yeah, I've read those. Those are really interesting. I think you post occasionally like 6 word stories or like short stories or things like that. They're quite
Yeah.
interesting to read.
Yeah, I actually got the 6 word story idea from you, so thank you for
Oh,
that.
that's really good. I got it from someone else. So I think that's how WordPress is. You just get like inspired by someone and someone
Yeah,
inspired by you. And it's really nice.
yeah, so, yeah. Thank you
um,
for that.
yeah, of course. When did you start blogging and what made you decide that you wanted to start blogging?
So I think so. I started blogging originally. I can't remember what year it was. But the reason I started blogging was because of my brother. Actually, he had a blog where he used to write about football, and he was actually also hired as a freelance football writer. And so I was more of a basketball fan than a football fan. So I started writing about basketball. And the dream, or my dream at the time, was to write one day for Bleacher Reports. They are a sports organization. They report on sports things, mainly US sports. So that was the dream at the time. But I started writing about basketball. I think it worked for a few months, but then I got bored, and so I stopped. And then, so one thing that I always admired talk show hosts. And so, like Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel, I really admire what they do. So I decided to create my own kind of talk show. So it was on WhatsApp. The name was Thoughts by JP. And so I used to post jokes on my WhatsApp status. So I started doing it in seasons, Thoughts by JP season one, season two. So people, would come up to me and they would be like, "Oh, they really enjoyed it, but is there a place where like I stored them that they could see like the former episodes and the former seasons and read everything?" And then I was like, "No," because what used to happen is that I just get inspiration and in the moments I would just like type it out and share it on my story. So obviously I didn't have a place to store them, and so when they kept coming up, so I just said, okay, you know what, why not? And then I stopped doing it on my WhatsApp story, and then I converted the basketball blog into Thoughts by JP as first, and then it through a few iterations before it became Overflowing Thoughts. So yeah, that's how the journey started.
That's nice. That's quite a journey. I think many of us like change from where we started. Like I started just writing about like psychology and things like that, but now as you can see, like it's evolved into something completely different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So my next question is, for your blog posts, where do you get the ideas from? Do they just come to you organically? Is there something that like inspires you and then you're like, oh, I have to write about this? Where do you generally get blog post ideas from?
Different things. So one is music. That's for my short stories. I get a lot of it from music, you know. Uh, then some just come up, you know. And so one thing I started doing, which again, I got from you, thank you again. I started becoming consistent. So now I post every Sunday. And so now, because I have to post something every Sunday. Sometimes I even when the inspiration isn't there, I have to like force it out of me. So like I can just ask people that, okay, what do you think I should write about? And they will give me a topic and then I'll like just work on it and generate it. And yeah, so music, some of them are just spontaneous. I just come up with a joke and then I develop it. And then some of them, you know, are ideas that are generated by others or suggestions that are given by others.
Yeah, I think that's really great. I think it's good you're staying consistent. I know it's really hard to do sometimes, like when you have nothing to write about, but it's good to stay consistent. And I think asking your audience is like the best way to do that. Just like that way you know exactly what they want to see from you.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah. So with blogging and writing in general, do you have any long-term goals with that?
Yeah, so my ultimate goal with writing is to win. I know this is a very big goal, but it's to win an Oscar and an Emmy. So I love, yeah, I love movies. I love series. So although I recently started writing scripts, although I've not really seen much success in it. But like I said, I think I started about 9 months ago. So I know it's a hard business to get into. So, but you know, I am keeping consistent, and yeah. So that's my long term goal with writing and with blogging. I want to create a space where I can also involve writers that can showcase their work. Because right now, I actually do have, I invited a few writers on and they were there for a while, but then they fell off. So, but yeah, the long term goal is to create like a platform that is popular and other writers that are like me can, you know, come on and showcase their work.
That's really great. And I wish you luck with the Emmy and Oscar. That's really cool. I didn't know that was one of your goals.
Thank you.
Stick with script writing. I think it takes a while before you really break out with that. Like it can take quite a while, but I think it's worth sticking with because eventually you never know, you might make something like amazing and, you know, get to your goal. So yeah, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Um, what are your favorite topics to write about? I know you write about multiple on your blog. So do you have like a favorite that you love?
Yeah, so apparently, if you read my stories, uh, a theme that keeps reoccurring is death and love. I don't do it intentionally. That just happens. So I guess I would say those are my favorite topics to write about. Well, yeah, anything jokes. I really love writing comedic stuff. But yeah, death, love, and comedy, I guess would be my niche.
That's really great. I think your blog posts are always fun to read, so it comes off in your writing as well. Um, so do you think like blogging has enhanced your life? Because I feel like for a lot of bloggers, they find blogging to be very life changing or something that
Hmm.
really enhances their life.
Oh, yeah, I mean, like I mentioned, the consistency is something that before blogging, there hasn't been anything in my life that I've been consistent with, like blogging. Like it has forced me to become consistent, and that has also translated into other areas of my life, you know. And blogging also helped me sustain the dream of writing, like even before, because now, thank God I have been published in a few magazines. But if not for blogging, like if there wasn't a blog where I could, you know, share my works and I had to be consistent, then I would have given up on writing a long time ago. So yeah, blogging has helped me to be consistent and it has also helped me to sustain my dreams. So yeah, it has
That's
really
really
helped.
nice. I think that's a good skill to pick up to stay consistent. I think with any goal, consistency is like really the key. You
Mm,
kind of have to stick with it. So that's a really good skill to pick up.
yeah.
So we're gonna move on to some fun questions now, just like to change the topic a little bit.
Okay.
So the first one is, if money were no object, what would you do?
Okay. So I would first things first, I would build a cathedral for God. That's the first thing. And then yeah, I would travel the world. I mean the world is a big place. I've only been to 3 countries. That's including the one I'm in now, Nigeria. But so the world is a really, really big place. I would love to see the world. So yeah, I would build a cathedral and I would travel the world and yeah, build wherever I go, try to help the community there. Maybe build a school, build a hospital, yeah. So just try to affect the world around me more than, just my immediate environment.
That's a really amazing. That's really nice to want to help others. And I think I would probably have a very similar answer with traveling. Like, I would love to see the world and meet new people and like just experience everything. That would be so nice. Um, so the second one is if you could tell your past self one thing, what would it be? So is there any advice you'd give your past self or what would you do?
Okay. So when I was younger, I used to be very, very introverted. A younger me would never have done this. So I used to be very introverted. I didn't talk to anyone. I just stay in my shell, just go to my room, watch movies, maybe go to class if I had a class, go to church, and then come back and yeah, just be by myself. So I would tell my younger self that, you know, the life wasn't meant to be lived in isolation and that, you need to go out, you need to explore the world and living is more than just being alive.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's what I would tell my
that's
younger self.
yeah, that's really great advice. What is the best thing in your life right now? What are you very grateful for?
Let's see. Oof. Um, well, I'm grateful that I have Jesus. I think that's the best thing in my life right now.
That's really great.
Yeah, I'll say yeah.
Yeah. The last fun question. Do you think you could live in outer space for a year?
So I would actually love to do that because I love being by myself. But again, that would contradict the advice I would tell my younger self. So so unfortunately, the answer would be no.
Okay, what if I give you $1 million to stay in outer space for a year? Then would the answer be yes?
$1 million. Wow, that's just a year. Oh yeah, definitely. I'll take that. Yeah, it's just a year. So yeah.
um, so this has been a really fun interview. Is there anything else you want to share with my readers or my listeners?
Yes, yes. If you're a listener or a reader of this podcast or this YouTube channel or this blog, I congratulate you. You're in a very good place. I remember when I found Life's Fine Wine. I mean, a lot of what I'm doing in blogging now is thanks to you. The consistency, like you are a very, very big inspiration. I love reading your posts and you are there, every day. I love that you also, you engage with your followers. I'm sure even because even though you have a lot, you still engage. You like some of my. Anytime I see that you've liked any of my posts, I'm usually very excited. Anytime I see that you have commented on my post, I'm usually very excited. I feel like I'm doing something right. The truth is that the main reason I took this interview was like so I could talk to you one on one. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity. Thank you so much. You are a very wonderful person. I also follow you on Instagram. I love everything you do. You're a very wonderful person. So thank you very much for all you do. Please don't stop. You're a very big inspiration. And yeah, I think let me just cut off right there because I'm just going to continue ranting about you. So yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you saying that. That's really sweet. And I try to go over to your blog as much as possible. I do enjoy your short stories and 6 word stories. And most of your posts in general, I think I really enjoy them. So yeah, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And thank you again for being here. If anyone is interested in going over to the blog, I think you should. I'll link it in the description on YouTube, on my blog, on Spotify, everywhere, so you can check it out. So thank you. I think this is a great place to end the interview.
Yeah, thank you very much.